Today, we're diving into a really serious condition that can cause your kidneys to shut down in just a matter of days. But we're also going to talk about some groundbreaking science that's trying to switch them right back on. I mean, just think about that for a second. The organs that clean your blood, that balance all the fluids in your body, that do so much, what if they just stopped? It is a terrifying thought, but for a lot of people, it's a very real thing. This is the world of acute kidney injury. So, to kick things off, let's really break down what's happening inside the body when this kind of sudden critical failure hits. Acute kidney injury, or AKI for short, is pretty much exactly what it sounds like. It's a sudden, really sharp drop in kidney function. We're not talking about a slow decline over years. This can happen fast, and it can make a healthy person critically ill in a super short amount of time. And you have to understand the stakes here are incredibly high. If it's not treated quickly, AKI can cause permanent damage, which can lead to chronic kidney disease. And that's a lifelong condition, something that might even require dialysis or transplant. So yeah, the clock is always ticking. Now, to really get why this happens, and more importantly, how we might be able to fix it, we need to zoom in, like way in, all the way down to the cellular level to see where the real breakdown is happening. You know, at the very heart of this whole story is something you probably remember from high school biology class, the mitochondria. Yep, these are the famous powerhouses of our cells. They're like these tiny little engines, and their whole job is just to generate energy for everything our body does. And our kidneys, well, they are incredibly energy-hungry organs. Just think about it for a second. They filter around 180 liters of blood every single day. That takes a massive, constant supply of energy. And all of it comes from these millions of tiny mitochondrial powerhouses inside the kidney cells. So here's the devastating chain reaction. When an acute kidney injury happens, those powerhouses are one of the first things to fail. They just stop producing energy. And without that energy, the kidney cells themselves can't work. They can't repair any damage, and they can't recover. It's kind of like a citywide blackout hitting at the absolute worst possible moment. But what if we could somehow bypass that blackout? What if we could get the power turned back on, right where it's needed most? Well, that is exactly what this incredible new research is trying to do. And it all starts by targeting the power source itself. So this brings us to a whole new class of treatments called mitochondria-targeted therapies. The goal here is so different. It's not about just managing symptoms. It's about going straight to the source of the energy crisis. And Dr. Sharma, one of the lead researchers here, he puts it perfectly. He says they're not just trying to patch things up. Instead, they are attacking the very root of the disease, which is the failure of the cellular powerhouses themselves. So how does this actually work? Well, the therapy is designed to do a few pretty amazing things. First, it directly targets and protects the mitochondria that are already there from getting more damaged. Then, it strengthens them and even encourages the cell to build brand new, healthy powerhouses. And the results? The kidney cells get re-energized and they can finally start the crucial process of healing themselves. The potential impact this could have for patients is it's enormous. We're talking about a much faster recovery from AKI, a lower chance of it ever becoming chronic kidney disease, and ultimately, better survival rates. This isn't just a small step forward. It's a fundamental shift in how we might treat this devastating condition. Okay, so this all sounds incredibly promising, right? And it absolutely is. But it's also really important that we have a realistic perspective on where this research is right now and what the road ahead looks like. And here's the crucial thing to remember. We're not quite there yet. This therapy is still in the research and development phase, which means it's not something you can find in hospitals today. The journey from a discovery in a lab to a medicine a doctor can actually prescribe is a long and very careful one. Right now, scientists are refining the drug design. After that, it has to go through really rigorous clinical trials to make sure it's both safe and effective. Only after it clears all of those hurdles can it become available for patients. But even with that whole journey still ahead, this research really represents a profound shift. By focusing on the tiny cellular engines that literally power our kidneys, we might be on the verge of a whole new era in treatment. And it leaves us with this one really powerful question. Just how big of a revolution could this discovery bring to the future of medicine?